There are ships that serve, and then there are ships that survive history itself. The Portuguese Navy's tall ship Sagres III belongs firmly to the second kind, a vessel that has worn different flags, crossed ideological divides, survived war, and still sails today as a symbol of seamanship and tradition. She was not always Sagres. In 1937, at the famous Bloemenvos shipyard in Hamburg, a sleek three-masted bark slid into the water under a very different name, Albert Leo Schlageter. Built for the German Navy, she was part of the legendary Gorch Fock class, a series of training ships designed to turn cadets into sailors the hard way, under sail, in wind, in discipline. Steel-hulled, elegant and powerful, she carried 22 sails spread over nearly 2,000 square meters, her mainmast rising 42 meters above the deck. Under favorable winds, she could reach 17 knots, a remarkable speed for a sailing vessel of her size. But her career began with a reminder of the sea's indifference. Just 2 days into her first voyage, she collided with a steamship in dense fog in the Strait of Dover. A harsh lesson, and a fitting beginning for a training ship. When World War II engulfed Europe, the ship's role changed. Like many of her sister ships, she spent much of the war moored, used as a floating training platform. But in 1944, she returned to the sea and nearly didn't come back. In the cold, violent waters of the Baltic, during a storm, she struck a mine. The explosion tore into her hull, killing 18 crew members. Only her watertight compartments, a hallmark of her design, saved her from sinking. Damaged but not defeated, she limped back to port. Just days before the war ended, she was moved to Flensburg, a decision that likely saved her from destruction, as nearby naval bases were obliterated by Allied bombing. After the war, she became a prize, one of many divided among the victors. Taken by the United States, she faced an uncertain future. No American institution wanted her. For 3 years, she waited, a ship without purpose, without a flag. Then, unexpectedly, she was sold to Brazil in 1948 for the symbolic price of $5,000. Under a new name, Guanabara, she crossed the Atlantic once more, this time under tow, arriving in Rio de Janeiro to begin yet another life. In Brazil, she became a training ship again, sailing mostly along the coast, shaping a new generation of naval officers. Her voyages were fewer, her life quieter, but she endured. For over a decade, she served faithfully until time and wear began to catch up with her. By 1960, she was decommissioned, seemingly destined to fade into obscurity. But history had one more turn prepared. In 1961, Portugal was searching for a replacement for its aging training ship, also named Sagres. What they found was Guanabara. Through diplomatic effort and persistence, the Portuguese Navy acquired the ship and gave her a new identity. NRP Sagres, the third vessel in their history to bear the name. In fact, the previous Sagres was launched in Bremerhaven in 1896 with the name Rickmers. In 1916, when Germany declared war to Portugal, this ship was seized in Azores. The ship was named Flores and was made available to and used by the British for transportation purposes. In 1924, her use as a merchant ship ceased, and she was incorporated in the Portuguese Navy as a training vessel, with the name Sagres. This explains why sometimes, particularly abroad, the present training ship Sagres is called Sagres II, although that does not reflect the truth. In reality, there was another previous ship of the Portuguese Navy with the name Sagres. She was a wooden, full-rigged ship built in England at the shipyards of Messrs. Young, Son, and Magnay, Limehouse, in 1858. From 1884 to 1898, this corvette was used as a training ship, while at anchor at Douro River near Porto. On April 25, 1962, Sagres III sailed under the Portuguese flag for the first time. She was given the iconic Cross of Christ on her sails, the same symbol worn by the ships of the great Portuguese explorers like Vasco da Gama and Magellan. By June, she entered Lisbon, not as a relic, but as a reborn symbol. Since then, Sagres III has done far more than train cadets. She has become a floating embassy, representing Portugal across the world. She has circumnavigated the globe twice, crossed oceans on voyages lasting over 5 months, participated in historic events like the Columbus Regatta in 1992, marked milestones such as the 500th anniversary of Brazil's discovery in 2000. And in 2010, she completed one of her most ambitious journeys, a 35,000-mile round-the-world voyage, visiting ports across multiple continents. Even a global pandemic couldn't stop her for long. In 2020, she set out to sail around the world to celebrate the 500th anniversary of Magellan's voyage. Though the trip was cut short by COVID-19, she remains ready for her next great adventure. Today, at nearly 90 years old, the Sagres III is a bridge between the past and the future. She has outlived the regimes that built her and the navies that sold her. She is a reminder that while technology changes, the spirit of the wind and the sea remains eternal.